Thomas Partey injury boost at Arsenal, hopeful to be a variable over the weekend as Arsenal plays the North London derby. That story is coming in from Now Arsenal. And the other story, we are talking about players nominated for Arsenal Players of the Month of September, and we are going to be dissecting them. And obviously, Ben White's situation as far as not being invited or called or included into the squad of the England national team, whereby Harry Maguire was brought in, and when he was brought in, obviously Harry Maguire cost a team which goes by the names of England 2 goals when they are playing a side which goes by the names of Germany, the game that ended 3-3. You never know. If at all it really went that way, if at all it never went that way, maybe England would have won that game by 3-1. But welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as known to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a day. Rokani David is my name, and without further ado, let's get into this because we are really out of time. Now Arsenal is telling us that Arsenal are hopeful Thomas Partey will be fit in time for the North London derby this weekend. He left international duty and returned to London Conley as requested by the Arsenal medical team. He felt some discomfort with his knee, but the initial signs are positive. Now, this is a very good story and positive that is really going to send Arsenal fans in a lot of elation because this is one of the integral players in a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. And obviously, we're not having Thomas Partey. You really believe that something won't go onto the side of Arsenal because he really wins a lot in that midfield area. In the team of Spurs, that really uses a lot of energy, that midfield area. You wouldn't like the likes of Yefis Besuma and Bentaku to face Sambi Lokonga, you get, without a player who goes by the names of Thomas Partey. Now, good news is coming in from Arsenal camp telling us that their hopeful is going to be into the London Conley, but the photos I've seen today, I've not seen him train, but the medical team is so much okay that this guy is really going to be up and fit for the game of Tottenham Hotspur. But remember, Arsenal are playing on the 1st of October. That is on the weekend. They're going to play a side which goes by the names of Tottenham Hotspur, and it's going to be at Emirates. And obviously this game is really so much determinant for what Arsenal is really going to achieve this season. First and foremost, it's at home at Emirates. As I told you that if at all Arsenal goes out White Hart Lane and really loses, no one is going to blame them a lot. But if you lose at Emirates, then it really poses a lot of questions onto the people that have been really put Arsenal as title contenders. Even me, I put Arsenal as a contender of the Premier League because I know Arsenal is really going to hit 90 points. Now, if it's Man City that comes at Emirates and really gets a result off you, no one is going to blame Mikel Arteta because everyone knows that, oh, when you look at Man City, it's really a better team than that of Arsenal. If it's Liverpool, then it's okay. But if it is a team which goes by names of Spurs, you need to go ahead and really give it a beating of their life to really go ahead and really continue leading the table and increasing the points you have that separate the two sides. Arsenal are having 18. Spurs are having 17, meaning that Spurs are just 1 point behind Arsenal, meaning that Arsenal need to stretch these points to 4. And how do you do that? By beating them at Emirates. Now, if Arsenal is to beat Spurs, you need the Thomas Partey. You need a Thomas Partey to be back into your team because Thomas Partey is really integral into that team of a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. Very few people will never know it. Very few people will never come in here and really hail him, especially in that game of football when Arsenal played the side which goes by the names of Brentford. I saw very few people really coming out and really giving him the hail that he really deserved. But to me, I believe he really did a better job. When in the field of play, the likes of Xhaka look better. You get, because they know that we can go far up the pitch and operate well in the final third. You saw that assist for Xhaka to Gabriel Jesus to score the second goal of Arsenal versus Brentford. All that can't happen when you're not having Thomas Partey. But when you're having Thomas Partey, he gives an assurance to Odegaard, Fabio Vieira, and Granit Xhaka to go ahead and really do the needful, because they know that even if they lose the ball, there is a person ready there to go on and really block or break play of the opposition. But we're not having him. It's really bad. And it's in such a game of this magnitude where you need Thomas Partey, and players like this are signed for such games because these other games are not facing the midfielders at the same level. But when you look at Bentaku, Yefis Besuma, Hojberg, I think Stats-wise, they are better. Sorry, stats-wise, Thomas Partey is better than them, but at least on the field of play, you can feel their impact that they can give Thomas Partey a game. And if I thought Thomas Partey really goes ahead to edge them in this game of football, everyone will say, oh, Thomas Partey is really a better player. So after the game of Spurs, there is a game of Liverpool. That's why they need to make a right decision, because if at all you really bring him when he's injured and plays on an injection, that means in the game of a team which goes by the names of Liverpool, he's not going to be helpful, right? He would be helpful. So what you need to do is to go on and do the needful to yourself, especially Arsenal, and make a right decision for Thomas Partey. If he's really fit, bring him back. If he's not fit, I think I'd rather miss Thomas Partey in the game of Spurs than the game of Liverpool, because Liverpool have Fabinho, and you never know what they have. These weeks they've rested. We're not playing in the field, because by the time they really left, they are really looking horrible, and they've spent close to 3 weeks without playing Premier League football, and you never know what they now have for a team which goes by the names of Arsenal. So I think it's better. They really made a very right assessment, but obviously the Ghana national team manager has come out and said the following on Thomas Partey. His name is Otto Addo. Hopefully Thomas Partey will be healthy soon. We didn't want to take that risk in a friendly game to play him against Brazil, but surely playing a player like him against a squad like Brazil would have been helpful. So, as I told you that, it doesn't mean that if Thomas Partey played in the game of Ghana wouldn't have lost, but it would have made it hard for them to go in and really get an easy game. That's it. But the way they really got an easy game past them, it's all centers on Thomas Partey. Now, the manager is telling us that they didn't want to take that risk in a friendly game to play him against Brazil, meaning that the injury was not all that serious. As the earlier report we got from Arsenal, that the report was not all that serious, and they really told him that please go to Arsenal and really see yourself get better. And the precautions put there for you, I think, that was an agreement between the Arsenal medical team and the Ghana national medical team, because I brought you a story that there was worry for Arsenal that maybe Thomas Partey is really going to go on and really get an injury, because for the medical team of Arsenal, they know the drills. They're supposed to be taking Thomas Partey through to see to it that he really gets back to where he's supposed to be. But I think the drills that he really went through in the national team, I think affected his groin, and obviously he got an injury in the knee and he felt discomfort, and obviously that happened. But let's wait and see what is going to be in the press conference on Friday as Mikel Arteta comes out and will tell us about Thomas Partey. But all in all, it all sounds good for Thomas Partey. There is a lot of hopeful to go in and really return to play the London Derby, as we are being told by different sources in there from Ghana and London Conley, Arsenal. Now, pundit Noel Whelan on Benjamin White's omission from the England squad, he said, I find it difficult to understand. He's a natural centre half. He's been doing a fantastic job for Arsenal, but Harry Maguire has been sat on the bench. Guys, this is something that everyone was really asking. And when I was watching KG do a show onto the DR Sports of Robbie of AFTV, when he was asked about Luke Shaw and Harry Maguire being included into the squad of England to play into the UEFA Nations League double tie against Italy and Germany, yet Ben White, who has been playing regular football, was left out. He said corruption. He said that is corruption. So obviously, favoritism is bad. You see, it has costed very many managers games of football. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, if you've been following up Manchester United very well, because for me I support Manchester United, he lost his job because of favoritism, sticking with Scott McTominay, Freddie, and especially the bloody Harry Maguire. Very calamitous. You get? So, I believe what Noel is telling us is right. This guy deserves not be playing for England. He costed them 2 goals. And if at all they are to go with him in the World Cup, he's going to go ahead and do the same thing, because I believe they are better players in the World Cup than these. And if at all you look at that penalty that England considered because of Harry Maguire, he does a very stupid mistake. You get? He puts out a pass. He was not marked. No one was pressing him. He had all acres of space to make a right decision, but he made a wrong decision. What does that show you? This guy is making 30 years of age, and yet Ben White is like 24, 25 years of age. Why not get in Ben White? You may believe you get me Ben White and Harry Maguire. I go with Ben White on any day. I support Manchester United, but Ben White is better than Harry Maguire. One, Ben White can play as a right back. He can play as a central defender. He can play as a central attacking midfielder. That is Ben White for you. Now, for a man like Harry Maguire, who only plays as a centre back, can cost you. But Ben White is one of the best passers of the ball in the Premier League, especially from the back. He's press resistant, and however much people are really so much hailing Maguire that is good at really passing the ball and building from behind to really help the attack of a team, and that's the main reason why you need to really bold him. Yet Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was not a manager who was building from the back, meaning that was a fallacy. I believe Ben White is better. Ben White is better. He's a better centre back. He's more fast than Harry Maguire. He's good at passing the ball. I think the only thing that Harry Maguire does better is really the height. And I don't believe that he really wins more aerial duels than Ben White. I need to go on and really go to SofaScore and see how many ground duels did Harry Maguire win last season per 90 and Ben White win last season per 90, because I need to go there and be exact. But to me, I believe this guy doesn't deserve a position into the England team. And I know Gareth Southgate is really going to be out there questioning himself. Even yesterday in the game, I thought that leaving out Sancho was also another big problem. You get? I think Sancho is better than Grealish this season. 3 goals in all the games that he's really played for United. I think he has played 7 games, and he has started how many? I think he has started 6 games. So it shows you how this guy is improving game in, game out. And then you go in with a player who goes by the names of Jack Grealish. So there are very many mistakes being made by the manager of the England national team, Gareth Southgate. And I know by the end of the World Cup, if he doesn't really win it, he's really going to be sent out. That's it. If he doesn't win the World Cup, he's going to be sacked. He's going to be sacked, because when you look at the caliber of talent that England is really having, I think it's high time England played some good football that we're going to be able to look at and really admire. You get? Having Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka, you get? Jadon Sancho, you get? Jude Bellingham. You must be playing the best football in the world, because all those players are really good on the ball and press resistant. If at all you put them in a system that really plays tiki-taka football, obviously you will win a lot and a lot if at all you really expose them to that, because that's where they are going to gate out their best outbits of the game of football when they are played in such a system. But play them in a system of a counter-attacking side, they won't get you what you want. That's it. So I believe 100% this manager is really practicing favoritism at the national team. Even Ramsdale, I believe Ramsdale is the best English keeper alive. He is. You can tell me that a goalkeeper who is in goal for Everton has the same mindset as the one at Arsenal. You get? And there are players that are not going to return to the English national team if at all this manager is really sacked. I think Pickford is one of them. He's one of them. He's going to be, when Southgate gets out, Harry Maguire will get out, Pickford will get out. Which other player? Very many other players. They are going to be gotten out of that team because they won't be liable. Look at Louis van Gaal at the Dutch national team. He said, if you're not good enough, I'm not picking you. That is him. So, to me, I believe a lot of sense into what Noel Wellham has said about Ben White. Ben White deserved to be to that squad. Harry Maguire never deserved to be to that squad. And let's wait and see the final squad that is going to the World Cup, who is really going to be in and who is really going to be out in the for you. But today, Granit Xhaka has really made 30 years of age. I decided which goes by the names of Arsenal. And happy birthday to Granit Xhaka, and wish him a happy birthday. But it shows you how much Arsenal really has to go on and really do into this game of football. Because if you're having Thomas Partey, your best single pivot player in your Arsenal midfield, you get hitting 30, and Granit Xhaka hitting 30, it shows you that a lot of homework should be made, and that's the reason as to why a team which goes by names of Arsenal is in for Tielemans, who is 25, Douglas Luiz, I think, is 24, and Danilo, he's like 21 years of age. So that's the reason as to why they're really doing that way, because they know that they're really getting done with these players. Now, lastly, after wishing Granit Xhaka a very happy birthday, let's go in there for you and really talk about the Arsenal Player of the Month nominees for September. There is Granit Xhaka, the birthday boy, making it 30 today. Fabio Vieira, he played how many games for Arsenal? He played the game of Manchester United. That was on the 4th. I think it was the 4th of September. He played the game of FC Zurich. He played very well. And he played in the game of Brentford. Those are the 3 games that they really played. Sorry, that Fabio Vieira played and all these Arsenal players played. And he really looked great. Then Bukayo Saka, obviously scoring against Manchester United, putting up an assist in the game of a team which goes 2 assists in the game of Brentford, the corner that Saliba directed home, the back of the net, and then that assist for Fabio Vieira. Obviously, he also deserves to be there. Gabriel Jesus playing well in the game of Manchester United, though he didn't score because he was so much tight marked by Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez into that watertight central defense partnership. And he scored against Brentford. So I think he deserves to be there. And Fabio Vieira scoring against Brentford and really putting up a very good performance in the game of Manchester United and FC Zurich. I think they really deserve it. And I know, out of these 4, who do you think deserves to win it? I'm perplexed about this, but I believe it's either going to Bukayo Saka or Fabio Vieira, I believe. Because Arsenal fans are really going to go in and vote in for Fabio Vieira because they're excited to see him. He's new at the club and scored a very good goal against a side which goes by the names of Brentford. That's it. But Bukayo Saka has a goal and 2 assists. And I think no Arsenal player has really registered better assists than him better stats than him. He has really gotten a goal against Manchester United, put up an assist in the game of... put up 2 assists in the game of Brentford. I think Saka is really one of those that is really above all the other Arsenal players as far as winning this is concerned. So guys, tell me what you think about this. Who do you think is going to win the Arsenal Player of the Month nominee in here onto the Rokani Media Football? But thank you guys for watching in. Smash the like button, comment and share. And if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Tell me what you think about Thomas Partey, hopeful return in the game of Spurs. Then Ben White left out into what we call the England call-up, England national team squad. And obviously Harry Maguire, who has been on the bench, bottling up things. Then lastly, who do you think is going to be nominated or won, or who is going to be given the award of the Arsenal Player of September? Rokani David is my name. I sign out for now. I hand you over to the Almighty Lord, and I'm out.